Today we are going to be looking at one of the most striking examples of censorship on a Sony platform compared to Nintendo's platform with Omega Labyrinth Life. Nintendo is going all out for this release, allowing all content to be released on the Nintendo Switch, whereas Sony is censoring a large amount of the content for the PlayStation 4 release in an attempt to make it a safer release. This release is supposed to be more of a parent's home version of the game, meaning a lot of the suggestive content is being cut from the release. They're saying that they want this release to be more suited for playing in front of others, whether that is in a public setting or in front of children, or they want you to be able to play it at your parents' house, which is why they're calling it a more parent's home version of the game. They want it to be more appropriate for those settings, which is the most lame excuse I think I've ever heard for censorship. We've heard about a lot of lame reasonings as to why something is getting censored or why they want to censor a specific aspect of a game, but this has to be the most lame one. This is such a poor excuse for censorship, and it is a lot of censorship. This is a game which is rated 0D, which is 17 and up. Why is it that you're forcing censorship upon a game made for adults? If only adults can play this game, there really is no point for it. I mean, logic would dictate that people who are purchasing a game like this would most likely get the version that isn't censored, but hey, what do I know? So on the PlayStation 4 release, they have removed the destructible armor illustrations, the touch events are gone, the paper, rock, scissors, boobs minigame is gone, as well as the PlayStation 4 version of the game does have a hot springs scene like the Nintendo Switch version, but it will be more toned down and less explicit than the Switch's version. I think that this is really harsh. This is a franchise that is one of fan service. If you take the fan service out of a game, what is left graphically? I know that some people don't particularly care about boobs or ass being censored, but in a case like this title is all about the suggestive themes. This is what makes the game stand out from others in its genre. With all of these changes, I really don't see a point to purchase the PlayStation 4 version over the Nintendo Switch version. Now, the PlayStation 4 version in Japan will be about $18 less. That is the United States equivalent. But honestly, even for this deal of $18 cheaper, you're losing a lot of the originality that this game has. You're losing a lot of the content that you could get on the competitor's platform. I personally don't see a point to purchase a game where you're not getting all of the content. Never mind if there are costumes or skins or scenes that you need to purchase separately. They even went as far as to censoring a letter on the cover. The Nintendo Switch version of the game features the usual Omega font with the suggestive O shape on the front, and the PlayStation 4 version does not even say Omega anymore. It is not even called Omega anymore. It is just called Labyrinth Life. They went so far with the censorship here. They even removed the lettering that has been on the front of the other games. Games that exist on the PlayStation 4 already. That's what makes me respect Sony less. This franchise already exists on the PlayStation. It is not a new franchise to their platforms. Why do you have to censor a cover when you've allowed past entries into the franchise with that cover? Do you see that? They went as far as to cover the O in Omega. This is a little bit too far in my opinion. I understand that they want to make it look more shelf presentable, but I think that this is going a little bit too far. Do you know what most kids do when they see something like this? If they even understand the suggestive nature of it, they giggle and they forget about it 5 minutes later. But we all know that they aren't particularly worried about the children, as they say they are worried about. They're worried about the overly sensitive parents of said children. Even if the child is not asking for the game, the parent still thinks that if this type of game exists, I cannot imagine what type of games my child could get their hands on. What a lot of parents think of the worst case scenario about what their child is playing if they do not understand how to properly read the ESRB ratings or read the content descriptors. Some parents don't, and that is okay, but they need to realize that, and they need to stop going to the worst case scenario in their mind. Kids cannot even purchase this game. Stop telling adults what content they can and can't have in a game. It's not consumer friendly. Not everyone has multiple consoles. Maybe they only have the PlayStation 4, but now they do not want to purchase the game because of the censorship. If the game has proper ratings, like it does in this situation, then allow it on your platform. Those ratings are there for a reason, so if people do not want to play a fan service game, they can read the content descriptors, they can see the proper rating. Even if the cover is a little bit less shelf presentable, someone that it is not appropriate for cannot purchase it. You're making adults not be able to have the content that they want. Don't say, even though it has a rating, we're still going further to change it so it's appropriate. Adults can make their own decisions. Adults can purchase what they want to purchase. But that is all that I wanted to talk about today, you guys. I did really want to discuss this because it does make me very frustrated when one console or one platform has content, but the other doesn't. It's really awful, in my opinion, to consumers, especially consumers that you are trying to get to purchase your next consoles. I mean, we are going to be seeing new hardware soon, and I'm honestly not really looking at Sony. I'm looking more at Microsoft and seeing what they're providing. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and of course, if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either which way. Feel free to voice your opinions in the comments down below, but I hope that you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys again really soon.